I wonder if churches here in the Bahamas and elsewhere have come to the place where the house of God, where they lead, is known for so many other things but a house of prayer. After Jesus ended his triumphant entry into Jerusalem, as was the custom, he went into the temple. That's a very important and powerful passage of scripture there. Allow me to read verses 10 and 11 for a moment, please. In chapter 21 that Pastor Roma read earlier. And when he had come into Jerusalem, all of the city was moved, saying, "Who is this?" So the multitude said, "This is Jesus, the prophet from Nazareth of Galilee." Then Jesus went into the temple, verse 12, the temple of God, and drove out all of those who bought and sold in the temple, and overturned the tables of the money changers and the seat of those who sold doves, and said to them, "It is written, my house shall be called the house of prayer, but you made it a den of thieves." When Jesus got into the temple and looked around, he was disturbed by what he saw. He saw all kinds of activities going on in the temple that far outweighed what he felt should have been going on in the Lord's house. And what Jesus saw that day was a whole lot of religious activity with no possibility of God being glorified from any of it. So he got angry. And he drove out the dove sellers. And he overturned the table of the money changers. He ran them out because what they were doing in the temple had taken priority over what he felt should be going on in the Lord's house. They got their priorities mixed up. I wonder if that has anything to do with why today there's a global shutdown of churches. I wonder if church leaders around the world have begun to lose their way and have gotten their priorities mixed up. I wonder if churches here in the Bahamas and elsewhere have come to the place where the house of God, where they lead, is known for so many other things but a house of prayer. When Jesus saw that the operation of the house and the activity in the house that was taking place contradicted the intention of the house and the purpose of the house, he drove them out. He drove them out. He got angry. He ran them out, my friends. And he said, "My house," I'm going somewhere with this, y'all, "shall be called a house of prayer." After Jesus cleansed the temple and reestablished the temple, and it became what it was intended to be, look at what happened in verse 15. The blind came, and the lame came, and he healed them. Ladies and gentlemen, as you are now in quarantine, as you are in your time of spiritual isolation, as you are in a lockdown, I got to ask you a question. As a child of God, are you God's house? As a confessed believer of the faith, can you be considered God's house?